beetle. Each year, Krista St. Francis Cabrini Hospital goes above and beyond for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has more.
For the 11th year, Krista St. Francis Cabrini Hospital is rising up against breast cancer. It's the second leading cause of death in women. 1 in every 8 women in the United States will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. And each year, the hospital recognizes those who have lost their battle with breast cancer, are still fighting, and those who have overcome the disease and are helping spread awareness. 5-year survivor, Stacy Benjamin, is doing just that. She told us her story and was honored as a guest speaker at today's balloon launch.
Went in for a regular checkup, just routine, and they found the spot on my breast. They did a biopsy and come to find out it was cancerous. I went through 16 weeks of chemo and 38 days of radiation, and I am a 5-year survivor.
Part of Breast Cancer Awareness Month is simply just reminding and encouraging all women to schedule routine checkups.
Ladies, go have your checkups routinely because you never know what's there, because mine was actually a mass, which I didn't feel anything. I was walking around like you, feeling good. Ladies, go have the checkups done. Do something about it, get a plan of action, stick to it, and make your life longer.
Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
And don't forget, Senla's annual Race for the Cure will take place tomorrow in downtown Alexandria. The 8th annual LSUA Foundation Gala is coming up this month, and it's sure to be a night to remember.
It's where we raise money for the LSUA Foundation to benefit LSUA, and it has been a terrifically successful event. We have the Pictures Band from Austin, Texas, which is a terrific big band. We have Little Cakes with Big Attitudes doing the desserts, and we have John Ed Laborde and Panorama Catering doing his fabulous food. And it is really a gathering of about 400 people who we celebrate LSUA and everything LSUA, and thank our donors and also show them where we're headed, where the future of LSUA is, and where our foundation board is going.
The gala will be on October 27th in downtown Alexandria. You can visit lsuafoundation.org to get tickets. Voting for the special election to fill the state treasurer's office, vacated by John Kennedy, will end tomorrow. Eligible Louisiana voters are encouraged to vote, of course, and to utilize the Go Vote mobile app to find out where, as well as their eligibility to vote in this election. Saturday's voting time slot will be from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Louisiana college enrollment is on the rise. For this fall semester, the college welcomed 310 freshmen and a 9% overall enrollment increase over last year. Increase in enrollment has been a goal of Dr. Rick Brewer since he became the school's president back in April of 2015. He immediately began revitalizing the school's standing in the community to ensure its future, creating the Louisiana College 2020 vision with the primary goal of raising enrollment to 1,500 total students. Well, we are keeping an eye on another tropical storm. Meteorologist Kim Walker joins us now with a look at your weather.
Well, Tropical Storm Nate is still moving toward the Yucatan right now, still in the Caribbean. It will eventually move toward the Gulf of Mexico, or that's what it's expected to. And then strengthen sometime late Saturday into a category hurricane, and then it making landfall as a hurricane before it makes its way toward the northeast. But again, we could see landfall anywhere from Louisiana all the way to the panhandle of Florida, possibly late Saturday into a Sunday. So the winds will start to pick up, and our rain chances will also increase as well. So we are expecting some impacts from Nate, even though it's going to be a little bit more to our south. But we'll take a look at your rainfall estimates in just a little bit. But our planner for tomorrow calls for temperatures around 72 degrees as we start off the day cloudy through the rest of the day, 82 degrees with the possibility of rain. More chances of rain by 5 o'clock with temperature readings around 85 degrees. We'll talk about the impact of Nate coming up in just a little bit.
Thanks, Kim. Yesterday, Louisiana Department of Agriculture and Forestry Commissioner Mike Strain issued a statement regarding Tropical Storm Nate. The storm, of course, is expected to threaten the Gulf Coast region, and Strain encourages livestock owners to have a game plan. The statement includes tips on preparing livestock trailers and other important steps to take. To view these tips or to learn more, you can visit getagameplan.org. And we will have more on that storm coming up later in the show. The first African-American organization at LSUA, BOLD, has an event coming up soon called Historical Figures.
The reason why we're doing this event is because we are going to bring all people together from different walks of life and different nationalities, and we want to tear down the walls of racism. And we want anyone who wants to know more about African Americanism, or anyone who doesn't know, we want to show them that it's truly power and unity. And we want to do so by educating people on all these things that these great figures have did in history.
That event will take place on the university's campus in front of the library on Wednesday, October 18th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. To find out more, visit the BOLD LSUA Facebook page. Last night, Senla residents gathered for the annual Dancing with the Stars, Senla Style. The event is a fundraiser for Alexandria Country Day School. 10 couples showcased their best dance moves as family and friends cheered them on. The couples spent months preparing, but of course, there could be only one winner. The Conbodies walked away with that title. Still ahead, we get the latest on the investigation into the Las Vegas shooting. Plus, a comment from the president raised eyebrows about tensions with North Korea. We'll be back right after this. President Trump's comments that this is the, quote, calm before the storm have led to some confusion on Capitol Hill, and they come amid growing tension over North Korea's escalating nuclear program. This as today's Nobel Peace Prize is awarded to a group aiming to abolish nuclear weapons. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more from Washington.
In North Korea, our goal is denuclearization.
President Trump once again saying that when it comes to North Korea's nuclear plans, all options are on the table.
We will do what we must do to prevent that from happening, and it will be done if necessary, believe me.
As the Hermit Kingdom threatens increased nuclear power and tests missiles capable of reaching the U.S. Their leader closely watches every move President Trump makes, and there are new concerns over how North Korea will respond after President Trump doubles down on last night's cryptic calm before the storm comments.
President, what did you mean by calm before the storm yesterday? What did you mean by that?
Thank you very much. You'll find out.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says we'll have to wait and see what the president meant.
I believe that was just a general comment. I'm not aware of anything specific that was in reference to.
The Nobel Committee is calling for an end to these growing tensions, using this year's Peace Prize to call out the development of nuclear weapons, giving the award to the international campaign to abolish nuclear weapons.
Some states are modernizing their nuclear arsenals, and there is a real danger that more countries will try to procure nuclear weapons.
The president's comments could also be referring to Iran. Sources tell ABC News that the president's expected to decertify the landmark Iran nuclear deal next week, saying that the 2015 agreement no longer serves the security interests of our country. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
We turn now to the latest developments in this week's shooting in Las Vegas. Marcy Gonzalez is there with the latest on the story.
Officials tell ABC News investigators trying to figure out whether the Las Vegas mass murderer acted alone now believe the woman he was seen with in the days before the attack was a prostitute. But they believe someone may have helped him based on the elaborate planning, the amount of guns he had in that hotel room, and officials say because some of the ammo was bought under someone else's name.
There's people that know this individual. There's people that could help us understand this individual.
With reports Paddock may have considered other targets, searching for hotel rooms near Boston's Fenway Park and booking rooms across the street from the Lollapalooza Festival in Chicago. Some cities are increasing security for big events, including in Chicago for this weekend's marathon.
There's been a double, triple checking of everything.
Back in Nevada, a somber reminder of the overwhelming loss. Under the Welcome to Las Vegas sign, 58 white crosses, one for each life taken.
I feel that Las Vegas is having one of its darkest days in American history, but I'm trying to shed a light on that by bringing hope.
One of those victims, Charleston Hartfield. Thousands gathering last night to honor the Army veteran, police officer, and father of three.
If there was a checklist to be an American, Charlie hit every single box, and then he made up some boxes.
And donations to help all of the victims' families and the survivors keep pouring in, with more than $9.5 million raised so far. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Las Vegas.
Another in a series of deadly storms is now barreling through the Caribbean, ravaging parts of Central America, and is on track to make landfall just east of New Orleans about tomorrow night. States throughout the region taking no chances. ABC's Daria Albinger reports.
Once again, residents who call the Gulf Coast home racing for another serious storm. Tropical Storm Nate already claiming more than 20 lives in Central America. That storm following 2 weeks of near constant rain there. The entire region on alert for floods and landslides. Forecasters predicting that after passing through Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, Nate will go stronger, making landfall Saturday night as a Category 1 hurricane. Officials in Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana all declaring states of emergency.
It has become clear that Alabama, especially on our coast, will experience some of the worst conditions from this storm.
After an already devastating hurricane season, locals are hunkering down, clearing store shelves, electric companies performing necessary checks.
There is no reason to panic, but there is reason to prepare.
In New Orleans, where the memory of Katrina is still fresh, residents there taking no chances.
This is not my first rodeo. I've lived here all my life, so I know what to do.
It should all be all right here, but I lost my boat in Katrina, so I didn't want to lose it again.
Louisiana has already mobilized hundreds of National Guard troops, some headed to New Orleans, to monitor the fragile pumping system there. And even though back-to-back hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria have stretched FEMA resources, it's deploying hundreds of thousands of meals to the city ahead of the storm. Daria Albinger, ABC News, New York.
All right, so we are keeping an eye on Nate and also just hot weather out there.
Yeah, I think this will be the last day of very hot weather. Lots of sunshine today. 90 degrees was our afternoon high. Normal temperatures are around 82 degrees, and so we were unseasonably warm. We're going to continue with unseasonably warm weather, but we do have chances of rain this weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up. Welcome back, everyone. Once Tropical Storm Nate gets a little bit closer, where our winds will start to increase and the rain will also increase as well on your Saturday. It will be cloudy, humid, and warm with a few thunderstorms for your Sunday, and then temperatures will be closer to normal next week with chances of rain throughout the week. Right now, it's 87 degrees in Alexandria and Natchez. It's 86, 84 in Leesville, and it's 87 degrees in Lake Charles. It was definitely a warm afternoon. It was humid out there, and temperatures did climb into the 90s. But right now, we're keeping our eyes on Tropical Storm Nate. It is moving very quickly to the north-northwest at around 21 miles per hour. Sustained winds right now are around 60 miles per hour. It is close to the Yucatan, as you can see right there. It will eventually move toward the Gulf of Mexico and then strengthen possibly into a Category 1 hurricane. And it is expected to make landfall as a hurricane anywhere between eastern Louisiana into the panhandle of Florida anytime between 2 a.m. Sunday to later in the afternoon. So we are expecting some wind out of this, some rain that we will pick up from Nate. So here's a look at your rainfall, or I should say your wind impact. It looks like for us, it won't be all that bad, but if you're heading off to the east, it will be a little bit more windy. Tropical storm force winds along the coast, and then about 60 to 75 miles per hour along the darker purple right there, and the light purple areas right there will be picking up winds around 45 to 60 miles per hour. But I think in our area it might be a little bit breezy, but we won't quite see the tropical storm force winds. But we are going to get some rain out of this in Alexandria, about 1.25 inches. So from Saturday into Sunday, possibly into early Monday, and then outward to the west, just a little bit less, but to the east, a lot more, where in Mississippi they could see about 6 inches of rain as Nate moves to the northeast. And that's good news, because once it makes landfall, we'll move away from our area. Here's a look at what you can expect as we make our way into tonight. Temperatures around 71 degrees, partly cloudy skies, so it's going to be dry tonight, and then those clouds will increase tomorrow. Chances of rain will also increase as well. Our high will be around 88 degrees. Your extended forecast calls for temperatures warming up to around 90 degrees with chances of rain, and then all that will be ending by Monday. A little bit more sunshine, but it's going to be humid out there. We're going to hang into the upper 80s for the most part, 86 for your Wednesday, and then warming right back up to around 90 degrees on Thursday with plenty of sunshine. Scott?
All right, thank you, Kim. Those fancy gadgets in your new car may appear to make driving safer, but could they actually just be causing you more distractions? With more, here's Serena Marshall.
GPS navigation, vehicle-assisted text messaging, voice-assisted calling. Features that once seemed high-tech, now common convenience in many new car models. But are they steering you into harm's way? Researchers at the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety and the University of Utah wondered if the distractions created by these devices make driving less safe. Enlisting 120 drivers to put 30 new cars through their paces, they measured how distracting the fancy new features were over a 2-mile track. Drivers were distracted on average for 40 seconds by these enhancements. Remember, at 25 miles per hour, 40 seconds means the length of 4 football fields. Programming navigation actually distracted drivers the most, followed by vehicle-assisted text messaging. Researchers suggest programming your navigation prior to driving and avoid texting altogether if you can, even if there is assisted technology in your car. It gives new meaning to driving you to distraction. With this Medical Minute, I'm Serena Marshall.
Coming up, NSU football coach Jay Thomas talks about tomorrow's matchup against Nichols. Plus, the Astros look to take a 2-game series lead over the Red Sox. Nick has the latest coming up next.
Happy Friday, y'all. Tomorrow morning, the NSU football team will clash against one of their biggest rivals, Nichols. It's a school that head coach Jay Thomas has a lot of history with and knows that when they hit the field, it's going to come down to one thing: execution.
Take all 3 phases to go down and beat a really good Nichols team. I mean, they've proven it in the last 2 years. They play very stingy defense. They don't give up a lot of points. They don't give up a lot of big plays and make you earn everything that you get. It's just going to come down to who's going to execute the best, particularly at the right time of the game, and who can make the plays and win the field position battle.
It's an early kickoff. Tomorrow, NSU Nichols will go at it at 11 a.m. After rolling over Incarnate Word last night, the NSU volleyball team will be back at it tomorrow for another conference test. This time, it's Texas A&M Corpus Christi, a squad that has dominated the conference in the past, but maybe showing some signs of cracks in their defense.
Everyone's been giving them a fight this year. They've rolled through the last 2 seasons, had some struggles here and there, but really, we're dominant. And this year, it hasn't been there. I'm sure they'll take that as kind of, some motivation to say, we still have it, but everyone's been able to push them. So we're looking forward to seeing them on Saturday to take a shot at them.
All right. Let's take one last look at our forecast.
Well, we are expecting temperatures to warm up to the upper 80s, so a little bit cooler than today. We are expecting rain this weekend. Excuse me, as a result of Tropical Storm Nate, which is expected to strengthen into a category hurricane, category 1. So we are going to keep our eyes open and monitor it.
All right, thanks, Kim. Thanks for watching.
Stay connected with KLAX ABC 31. Visit us online anytime. Get today's top stories and trending topics. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. See our pics on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. And make KLAXTV.com your home for local news and information. Plus, download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.